Hello, beautifuls. I just finished with a client and I had the impetus to do a video. Now, normally I would wait until I was in the forest, and I realized this past week that there are many opportunities that I have missed. When I get the impetus to do a video, it's something is moving through me. And when I wait for the perfect opportunity to be in the forest, it often loses its crispness or the impact that I feel would have been otherwise. And the reason why I have been wanting to do them in the forest is because it was more aligned with what I wanted my brand to look like. And I realized how inauthentic that is. Yes, I do love being in the forest, but I can share the messages that I have anywhere. And so today I am doing it here from my home after seeing a client. So thank you for letting me share that with you. Today I was speaking in particular with this client about our sense of worthiness. Now, that's something that comes up with everybody. But we were delving into the realms of worthiness and relationships. And in the place where we want to connect to another, often we do so from a misguided interpretation of what love is. And in that place, we hold back from speaking our truth, be that what it is we're feeling, what our emotions are about a certain subject, or the way they just are in that moment, about what our opinion or our perspective is on something or what we need. And oftentimes we hold back and we tell ourselves, well, we do that because we don't want to upset the other person. We really love them. And the truth is, we've spoke many, many times before, we never ever do anything for others. We always do it from a place of us. And in that place where we think we are doing it for others, yes, that's part of it. But the main motive always comes from something that's happening with inside us. And so in that place where we hold back, it's because we're afraid. We're afraid of how it might be received, how they might react, that we might be abandoned, we might be rejected. And so every time that we hold back, we erode our worthiness. And in the place where we speak up, there is a plethora of benefits. And as you can imagine, it's probably opposite to that of eroding our self-worth. Because when we speak up, it really tells the universe, it tells ourselves, it tells others that what we have to say is important, that our feelings, that our needs, that our opinions are important. And in that place, also, we learn that we are responsible for meeting and fulfilling those needs and taking care of those emotions. And yet in our desire to connect to another is why we choose to share. You know, I can relate on such a heart level with the misguided notion of what love is. In my marriage, I very rarely shared my heartfelt opinions because I didn't want to rock the boat. I even less shared what I was feeling and virtually never shared what I needed because I wanted to maintain status quo. And I did that from what I thought was a very, very loving place. But what ended up happening is that place where I withheld, thinking that it would save my relationship, it worked in a very different way. I don't know if any of you are familiar with rat poison, but rat poison doesn't kill a rat instantly. they ingest it, and it slowly starts to destroy them from the inside. It starts to eat away their internal organs until the rat actually dies. It's a very painful, awful way to die. And yet when we withhold our feelings, our emotions, our needs, and we are trying to connect to another, it's like ingesting rat poison into that relationship, right? It's feeding poison into that relationship, and the things that it breeds is resentment and contempt, right? Resentment is really a feeling that we're being treated unfairly and unjustly. And I know that that was the case for me. I was so upset at the end of my relationship, thinking, that I wasn't loved, that my thoughts, my feelings, my needs weren't even considered. And the truth was, they weren't disregarded. I never ever expressed them. And in that place, they couldn't have been validated. And it was shifting that perspective, right? I really realized, all that resentment that I had towards my partner was my doing, because I didn't own any of those things that I needed. I didn't express them. And true, maybe it was never asked what I needed, but it was my responsibility. And so many people in relationships trying to cling to what they think is safety are actually slowly poisoning them. And that is because we have this distorted version of what love looks like. And when we fully and authentically love ourselves, then we will state what we need, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and we're willing to take care of that, no matter how it is received by someone else. And only when we do that can we authentically connect to another. There are so many benefits too, not only for ourselves of speaking what we need, but it also allows the person we're trying to connect with the opportunity to discover what their needs, their feelings are, and to express them, and to have them see things from another perspective. And in that place, growth can happen for both of us and for the relationship. I thank you so much for listening to this perspective. And until we speak again, please be well.